If you've paid close attention to the NBA as of late, you've probably seen the overall concern for the team that's still lucky enough to have the world's best player, the Denver Nuggets. The last time we seen Denver prior to this year, they were historically choking a 20-point Game 7 home lead to Minnesota. The last time we seen Jokic prior to this year, he was willing an entire country on his back in the Olympics, and his team still managed to choke a 20-point lead. But the team Denver has right now, it's not the team we saw win the championship 2 years ago. And to be honest, it's not even close. In 2022, the Brooklyn Nets got swept by Boston, and while their two best players played horrendously and got all the attention for it, the best player on their team was quietly a man named Bruce Brown. I truly believe in basketball, the most important part to team building is having players that's superstars in their specific roles. That's why, with the NBA understanding that and putting less emphasis on having a bunch of stars on one team, inflation for role players is now insane. In 2022, fresh off his best playoff run, the Denver Nuggets were able to snag Bruce Brown on a very manageable 2-year, $13 million contract. But it was one caveat. The second year was a player option, which means he was set to go free if he outplayed year one. And he did. In that championship run, it felt like Bruce Brown made every single dog play. Lose rebounds, steals, getting into it with D'Lo, making him completely irrelevant. If you look at the Nuggets' plus minuses in that championship run, they had a very solid 6-man rotation, which featured Bruce Brown. That's why drunk-ass Mike Malone was saying this during the parade, damn near begging this man to run it back.
Is Brucey B going anywhere? Hell no. Hell no.
But we know Bruce left. And how exactly did this affect Denver, you may be wondering? Well, last year, Denver had one of the lowest scoring benches of the entire season. And yeah, notice Boston is right there. So it can work if you have the best starting lineup in the league, right? Well, KCP was easily one of the most effective starters they had in his last 2 years there, and he was easily one of the most significant pieces to their championship run. If you look at the players with the highest three-point percentage in the last 2 years, KCP is in that top 10. The Denver Nuggets probably lost their two best role players in 2 consecutive off seasons, and now through extremely desperate times, I believe they fell for the NBA's worst trap for any contending team. Today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. Today I want to talk to you guys about Manscaped's new shaving tool, the Chairman Pro. Now, what makes this one stand out, it features a 360-degree contouring head, and it comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. You got their skin-safe 4-blade foil for that super close shave, and their skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you really want that 5 o'clock shadow. And my favorite feature with this brand new trimmer is what they call their Flex Adjust technology, where basically the blades and the pivoting heads adjust to the contours of your head and neck, where now you maintain great contact with every angle of your specific head. Also, I love how convenient this one is. You can easily switch out the heads magnetically. It runs up to 75 minutes of runtime per charge, and it's waterproof. Head over to manscaped.com and use my promo code SWISH to get 20% off of your first order plus free international shipping. That's 20% off of your first order plus free international shipping with my promo code SWISH, only at manscaped.com. I know some people are going to say, damn, why are you talking about Russ when he's simply a role player now? But this is why.
You know, to be honest, it was unique. They just didn't put me in a position to make it unique. You know, I was in a position where I was playing not my position, and being able to be here and Coach Malone allowed me to be able to use my speed, use my transition skill to be able to make other guys better. Makes the game easy for everybody surround me, and that's what I love to do best.
This right here, this comment right here, this is exactly why I don't even think it's possible for a player like Russ to truly be an effective role player. Role players in this league are typically able to fit seamlessly across the league on multiple teams and thrive at whatever they do well. These players don't typically need a specific team or a carved out spot for them to do well because normally it complements the star on the team. That isn't Russell Westbrook. That's never been Russell Westbrook, and it's not trashing him to say that. It's a proven fact now. Russ has always been the star that role players complement. It's never really been the other way around, and I don't think that's possible. When James Harden said last year, "I'm the system," that kind of describes Russell Westbrook as well, because teammates normally conform to what he does well. It's never really been the other way around. Now, this video isn't a trash Russell Westbrook video. It's more about the collapse of the Denver Nuggets championship window, in my opinion. I don't really care how much money Russell Westbrook is making. He's a very significant piece to this Denver Nuggets puzzle, so he's very relevant. Now, let me say this part before I move on. Russ is going to have great nights. He's a very special, unique talent. 100% guaranteed, Russ is going to have nights where his fans and Twitter say, "Damn, the timeline sleep tonight. Nobody talking about Russ. Where the haters at?" That's going to happen. But the problem with this, and why I don't see Russ as a role player ever, is because in order to actually benefit from Russ, this man needs reps. He needs the ball. He needs to show you all of his bad before he shows you his great. The problem with that on this team, that's not how the Nuggets operate, and that's never been how they won. The year Denver won the NBA championship, you know what made that team so lethal? They damn near played perfect, mistake-free basketball. They weren't like Boston. They didn't shoot a shit ton of threes. But when they did, they were very effective in doing so. The year they won the NBA championship, in the playoffs, they were one of the best three-point shooting teams when they shot them, and they were one of the lowest turnover-prone teams in the league. That's because they have, inarguably, the best operator in the league, surrounded by complementary pieces. Also, Denver played a lot in the half court with what seemed to be the most deadly two-man combo in the league. That freed up everybody, and that's why they were as efficient as they were. Denver has been consistently one of the slowest teams in the league, and that has been the complete opposite to Russell Westbrook teams. Also, Russ just came from the Clippers. If it's one thing the Clippers did have, it was a lot of spacing and great shooters. That benefits Russ' playstyle. Denver doesn't really have that. And again, why exactly is Russ's role so important to this team? Well, it's because they're more thin than you probably think. I don't know if people noticed, but Jamal Murray hasn't really been the same player since winning that championship. He just hasn't. I know he had his big clutch moments against the Lakers in the playoffs, so it kind of laminated his struggles. But last playoffs, he played in 12 playoff games, and he shot under 40% 6 times. In the 2023 playoffs, Jamal Murray played in 8 more playoff games, and he only did that half the amount of times that he did that last year. Jamal was also terrible this summer for Team Canada, and Denver still trusted him and extended his contract, but he still doesn't look quite the same. I know the season just started, I get it, but he's been one of the worst shooters in the league going back to last playoffs, so it is concerning. Michael Porter Jr., he's also been awful. These are very expensive players on a top-heavy team that's supposed to be contenders. And this is why I worry about this team. Lastly, so far this season, Nikola Jokic is shooting 20 times a game, and he's playing 40 minutes a night. Nikola Jokic is about to have one of his most dominant seasons ever, and I don't say that in a positive way. It's really because he absolutely has to. Now I get it. The minutes thing is because they went to overtime with 2 of the worst teams in the entire league. I get it. But look at their best players that's had crucial injury problems, and look at their minutes. In Jamal Murray's last 2 seasons, coming off a knee injury, he was averaging 32 minutes a night. That's important for him because he's had recent knee problems, and he still doesn't even look like he's in the best shape to me. Also, in the last 2 seasons, he's played 65 games and 59 games. Best believe that's helped nurse him to the playoffs where they absolutely need him most. This year, they really can't do that because the team really isn't that good. And if they do want to give Jamal Murray a rest to help preserve the rest of his career, really, who has to step in? I don't care how much money Russell Westbrook is making. He's not just a role player on this team. He's very, very significant. Best believe there's going to be nights where Jamal Murray just can't play, and Russell Westbrook has to step up and conform with this team, and I just don't think it works. I know it's been 2 games, but look at the worst lineups and specifically 2-man lineups this year. Look at Russ with Jokic. Call it hyperbolic if you want, and I might be proven wrong, who knows, but I'm very concerned about this team. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comment section how you guys are feeling about more of these daily videos. Follow my social media sites, turn on post notifications, do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, Stay tuned.